It does look horrible when you're on with candy in your mouth.
You ever watch you ever watch Mike Tyson's podcast? Have you?
No.
He's always eating something.
He's
going like this in
horrible. It does look horrible. I didn't realize how horrible it looks. It does.
And if it wasn't Mike Tyson, nobody would watch it. Trust me. it's hilarious. But we're live, aren't we?
Are we live?
Good morning, folks. My name is Kerry. Welcome to Prophecy Montana. We have Ricky and we have Tom Glatz with us as well. And we're going to be doing a prophecy update right now on, we're going to start it out with AI, but man, we're just going to see where it goes. Because you were talking, Ricky, about AI the other day, about some a sermon that was preached in AI in Germany.
Yeah, and it's just like, I see this AI going, it's...
Better explain what AI is. Somebody may not know what the term means.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just see this creeping in, and just like when we had a podcast even on the metaverse, you know, and to me, I don't know, technology and Christianity should be separate.
But when we were just talking about this, like during camp meeting, somebody had brought up the question, were you there on that podcast, about like how like cameras were and live streaming and all this was viewed as evil at one point by many of the elders in the church. They're like, whoa, this is crossing the line, guys. You know, we're going too far with this. Now it seems to be one of the main means that we reach the world with. And so I guess when I'm...
Well, in this church in Germany, they had AI and it did a sermon. I mean, to me, I don't know about you guys, but it creeps me out. It's not right. You know what I mean? You're leaving so many avenues for Satan to deceive everyone, and I think it's wrong.
So the AI itself generated the sermon.
I think a guy helped program it. In that one, he helped, program that sermon or whatever. But there was other ones. This one guy I was watching, and he asked the AI to make him a sermon, and he did. And it was, I forget, it was in Revelations. It was about Revelations or something. And the AI was actually even saying how AI will play a big part in the deception in the last days.
I love what my son, he sent this to me this week. Just for fun, I asked ChatGPT, I don't know what this is, but to write a short devotional on Proverbs 13:11. It immediately replied this: the blessing of diligence. And here's Proverbs 13:11. Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. In this wise proverb, we are reminded of the importance of diligence and honesty in our pursuits. And it goes on from there, and it's got like 5 paragraphs of it, and it left me cold. I mean, it was intellectually true, but it did not reach my heart.
And that's what the people were saying, that there was no emotion there.
Yes.
It was missing emotion.
Very interesting. They had the same experience I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They said the sermon was great. They liked the sermon, but it was lacking emotion.
And I wonder if there was, if the devil somehow can slight this AI, or what drives it? What's the driving force behind AI? Is it just like Wikipedia, like common knowledge that it just draws from?
I would think so.
Web?
It would take from the Bible. Well, they're going to use it to rewrite the Bible as well.
Because as we know, common knowledge is not always good knowledge.
It's just basically, you're right, it's just putting what hundreds of people have written about Proverbs 13, and then boom, putting it into a blender, and this is what comes out. Just a kind of conglomeration or boiling together of everything what else said.
And they're kind of using this even with Ellen White, actually. They're like, you can talk to Ellen White now and ask her questions through AI.
Cool.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
cool.
And then she responds.
Yeah.
I like that.
But wouldn't that be kind of like contacting the dead or something, talking to the dead?
It's taking her words and it's just, all it is a concordance.
It's just regurgitating probably a lot of what she said and in maybe a sweet little voice that we think sounds like Ellen White. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you know, it's a concordance. That's all it is.
Well,
you
they
know.
could they can actually do if they have any recording of your voice these days, just for like I think a second, not even a second, and they can copy your
Well,
voice totally.
Here's what I think is dangerous about AI, and I think Elon Musk sort of touched on it a little bit when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
It's dangerous.
Well,
whatever the
but
whole
here's
thing
why
is.
it is. Here's why it's dangerous, because it's an entity that exists for the sole reason of making money, and it does whatever it needs to generate income. All right, and so when you, like, for example, the algorithms on YouTube is solely for generating money, and I know this because I have some other YouTube channels that I do make money on, and the videos that get recommended are the videos that are the most successful, you know, that are most likely to make money. And so when you talk about topics in general, like speaking points and stuff like that, what are the most hot, what's the hottest topics of the day? Politics, sex, you know, music, all of the things that are worldly, that are in the world and of the world. And the algorithms will completely destroy the mind of a young person if they're sitting there watching, like, let's say TikTok or YouTube or something like that, just because of the recommendations that they get. Because it makes money, it generates money. Like, what's one of the most lucrative industries in the world? Sex, right? The sex industry, especially online. And so that's what's flashing in front of these young kids' minds. And so
that isn't influencing them. That flashing.
it does influence them.
It doesn't like
100%.
hypnotize them or anything else like that.
And so if AI gets converted into like preaching sermons and stuff, the danger there would be like, which sermon's going to generate the most money, the
Satan's
most
going to
popularity,
totally use it.
et cetera, et cetera.
Big
That's what I
time.
see happening.
I see it. Satan's little plot to do whatever. They're going to rewrite the Bible. AI is going to rewrite the Bible, and supposedly it's going to be the perfect, the more preferred Bible.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about it because there is this book that tells us what's going to happen. And I don't know how AI is going to change the issues that we find in this book.
Well, hopefully it won't, but I'm sure
Well,
Satan.
it can't change what's going to happen in the Bible.
No, but the words in the Bible,
Right.
and they're going to change it.
You know, and I mean, AI is, that's funny because it's the introduction of my sermon was talking about a new service called Jolly Roger. And I'm real tempted to subscribe to it, $25 a year.
Jolly Roger, you got to explain that.
What it is this guy, it's an AI service that responds to telemarketers that call you. You know, you get these phone calls from either subcontinent of India or you get it from Africa or something like that. And they're trying to sell you something. They're trying to scam you. What it does is the AI holds a conversation with them. That is
That would be kind of
that
funny, actually.
totally waste their time, and it's so hilarious to
would
listen
be
to. You know,
It was developed by somebody who it's
Well,
somebody in India that
something
used to be a
like that.
scammer.
it's developed by some guy in San Francisco. But anyways,
Okay.
you know,
That's hilarious.
but I just thought it's so hilarious to. Well, I guess I'm going to read to you. It is right from the beginning of my sermon, but I just thought that was just so funny. So this is the conversation. When asked, you know, and it's got different groups. Yes, Linda?
You can come in, join us.
No, we're not done yet. Okay. Well, then we have a prophecy. Yeah, Montana. Almost done. Do you need me? Oh, guys, you're on your own, all right?
Darn it.
Well, I'm gonna read you this one right here, and then I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, go ahead and read it.
When asked about Whitebeard was one of the chat bots that you can rent. When asked about how much Whitebeard owes on his credit card, Whitebeard said he has so many of them and proceeded to describe them. There is one with a picture of a kitten on it, and another with a lovely beach scene. Do you like these kittens? Do you like kittens or beaches? That guy carries them on for 6 minutes. It's so hilarious. You know, again, AI is going to be one of those, like everything else.
It's going to be a tool.
It's a tool that can be used for good or can be used for evil.
Hey, I believe it's going to be used for evil big time.
I got to run.
Big
Sorry, guys,
time.
I'm
Big
sorry.
time.
But you can do a lot of good with it too. So.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ricky.
Yeah.
That same fear has been carried for many years with everything that comes in that's new. It seems like that same fear is
Dude,
kind of
we're
been generated.
at the end of the world. We're at the end of the world. Satan is doing everything he can to do delusions on us,
And I'll bet
to
you,
brainwash us. And he's using media. He is using, media. He's using every little thing he can. And believe me, AI has a huge part to play in it.
Lisa has
So-
entered the chat.
So my thing with AI on my Facebook is if you look at like eyelashes, if you even like want to know, like there'll be an ad and then you pick it up or you push like you want to know more about it, all of a sudden your whole Facebook is about different eyelashes that you could put on or different cover-up makeups or hair products or anything like that. Anything that they just like they go in on the kill.
Yeah, they're collecting every little bit of information on every single one of us.
You know what really is crazy is that we don't really have to go file our taxes anymore. They just give us a bill now and guesstimate. Isn't that strange?
They did that to us this year. They said, you owe us this amount of money.
Well, they hired all those new people, those IRS people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many was it? It was like,
Well, that's a militant force. That's a military force, actually. These my son was actually got an application for this, and the application asked if you were willing to use arms against fellow Americans.
they're going to
and
use
stuff like
arms.
that.
They are. It
Yeah.
was huge. It's
And-
huge.
And here's another thing.
Carrie, everything's boiling down. All this AI crap, it's not good. It's not good. I
Yeah.
don't care what you guys might think. Yeah, we've been able to use, television to do good, to spread the message or whatever. But
Well,
we're at the end.
99% of
end.
television's bad,
Yeah.
right? Everything you watch on there is terrible.
And I don't think the metaverse, I don't think there's anything good in it. I don't think with this AI rewriting the Bible, I know there's
But you
nothing
don't think
good
like
in
if
it.
somebody's in the metaverse that like for example, what this pastor did over there, where he preached, he has a church in the metaverse. I mean, these
No.
so these people are lost. It's like going out on Skid Row to evangelize people on Skid Row. Is that good or bad?
Is there any
But
way?
that's no different. than-
There's no way that you could see that person in real and talk to him in real. You
no,
have to
but
do it in
that's the world they live in.
pretend.
But that's the world
Because
they live in.
just like how I feel about Christmas, Easter, all that stuff. You teach your children to believe in something that's not there. It's not there. Okay, when it comes to Christ, they grow up, we believed in Santa Claus. You told them about him. He's not there. I don't know. Jesus is real. And I believe he's real, and he's about real relationships, us actually being able to touch each other. That's why Satan, I believe, with the whole COVID thing, had the churches shut down.
Well,
he wants us not to be together.
To your point, I agree with that aspect of it, right? I don't think we should promote something like the metaverse, church in the metaverse. I don't think that should ever be that should be promoted. But what about those who are lost in that world, in that thing? And this is something that's reaching out to them. It's called outreach, Ricky. And so you go to places where, obviously you wouldn't want to live, you wouldn't want to raise your children in this place, but there's people there, there's precious souls. And so you go there to, you're not asking the church to go to the deep, darkest corners of these places in South America where the headhunters roam, or Fiji, or whatever.
I would think that would be better. Go where the headhunters are. The Lord's going to protect you. Go where people are. Talk to like we're talking now, face to face.
But what I'm saying is like, you're not calling the world to go there. You're going there to extract them out of the poverty that they're in. And so that's what I see with the church in the metaverse. It can extract somebody and maybe pull them out of the metaverse and bring them into a real church.
Okay,
And invite
check
them
this out.
invite them back into reality.
Okay, check this out. Why did God tell Israel to stay away from all the other nations, to be separate from all the other nations?
Yeah, but weren't they supposed to evangelize those nations though?
They were supposed to evangelize, but they were supposed to be
Yeah.
because
I
go
agree.
into that, you're going to become that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, just like they say about, okay, why don't we start going to church on Sunday so we could get all the members there to conform to Saturday? Because that's not going to happen. If anything, you're going to conform to their Sunday, and you're going to start going, it don't work.
That's a good point. No, we don't go. Yeah. All right. Well, you kind of got me on that one a little bit.
It don't work.
Yeah.
It don't work.
But I still think there needs to be outreach for those who are wrapped up in that stuff.
Well,
and in that respect,
hopefully that person has a real job or something where you can see them in real life.
it's almost like a special forces, where they go in to extract that, that important person, like not everybody's cut out to do this work. You know what I'm saying? And like the metaverse, no, we wouldn't be inviting people to go in because it's a dangerous place to be. You could get wrapped up in it really easy.
It's a dangerous place for you to go. We shouldn't go there. Find a person, evangelize everyone you see.
But that's what the
in
special forces
reality,
is for.
And maybe you're preaching to someone that goes to the metaverse.
Yeah.
Preach the truth. Preach Christ and Him in reality.
But wouldn't you like to reach people in the metaverse to do just that?
I would like to reach them before they get into the metaverse.
But you can't. That's inaccessible for a lot of people because these people.
myself, I'm not gonna put myself into that situation.
No. Maybe you're not cut out for it, but somebody is, right? Somebody out there.
I know Satan has all kinds of tools out there today that he's using more than ever because he knows his time is very, 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 very short.
Yeah.
But
you do understand where I'm coming from, right?
Just say, for instance, like when people got the, there were pastors that saying, well, God saved Paul, he didn't get hurt by the serpent, so yeah, let's take it. You know what I mean?
I actually said that once in a deal I did. And here's why I said it, because we had Conrad Vine, who, if you listen to Conrad Vine, he's opposed to it, 100% strictly opposed. He doesn't recommend anybody should get it. It's very injurious.
Well, but
guess what?
So many people are dying.
But guess what? Guess what? Conrad Vine got it.
Well,
you know why? Because that was the only way he can enter into this certain country to evangelize. And so, look, he took a sting. And isn't that what that verse means? You can drink any poisonous thing, serpents will bite you.
I don't think that you purposely go and tempt the Lord.
I don't think that's tempting the Lord when you do it under those circumstances.
Maybe did he try hard enough to find another way? Because the Lord can find.
I'm not a judge.
Yeah.
I'm not a judge. I'm just saying that, like, under certain extreme circumstances, God can take the venom of the snake.
But in those same circumstances, God will open a door that you can go through without having to compromise.
Well, I mean, again, I don't know. That's easy to say.
Well, you don't think so?
Maybe the door was doing that.
Oh, you think? I don't think so.
I
really don't.
You know me. I'm not for this.
No.
I'm not for it. I'm 100% against it. I think that it's very injurious, and there's a lot of evidence now that's backing it up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who.
But I'm just saying we can't be so locked down on 100% this or that. I mean, if
there's things that we can't compromise either, and when we play with Satan, we're going to lose unless we have Christ.
How is that a compromise?
Well,
I mean, yeah, the Sabbath, yes, compromise. Yeah, the Ten Commandments, yeah, you can compromise those.
But if you're going to the metaverse and doing
I should say we should never compromise any of the Ten Commandments, for any purpose at all.
Then, to me, it's a health message. It was a health message. The whole thing, the vaccine, all that stuff was a health message, right? And we have a health message, don't we? And you know what was so weird is I saw this dilly, and it wasn't even from our church that was saying. I think it was actually the New York Times or something. when the whole COVID was coming out, and they said that vegetarians were like 97.7% less likely to catch COVID than meat eaters. Don't know.
Who published it?
I think it was New York Times or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, people would say, well, they're trying to promote their vegetarianism.
But still, I thought,
Because remember how we were talking? Because you asked me, you're like, well, then if we know that we're supposed to be vegetarians in the last days and not eat animal flesh, according to what the prophetess Ellen White said, right? Because our minds would become animalistic through the eating of flesh. But then you said, well, it seems like George Soros and some of these other people are like promoting vegetarianism, and why is that? And our conclusion was, well, they're trying to paint a bad light. They're trying to make it into a bad light because everybody knows George Soros is a bad guy, right? And then who else was the other name?
oh, you're the one that came up with the names. I asked the other question. You're the
No,
one.
no. You dropped a name, and I thought it was the guy that's been promoting like this vegan. Didn't they come out with the vegetarian meat that tastes like human flesh and all this weird stuff?
I don't know. I just know Bill Gates is doing
That's
all
it.
kinds of.
That's it. That was the name you dropped. Bill Gates. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep saying George Soros.
Well, the cricket stuff, that's what the World Economic Forum wants for you. That's for the climate change. Because and the mealworms. Then Bill Gates has the fake meat stuff. That's
Bill Gates. Yeah, I keep saying George Soros.
He's bought up so many farms and all the other stuff. We're just living we're living at the end. Satan is doing everything he can, every tool he's using to the maximum. And we need to keep our eyes on Jesus, and I think our sermon should be by a real person. I think we should be out there evangelizing to our neighbors, to everyone.
I do too.
Our workers,
too.
And that's how the word's
But
going to
what about
spread.
what we're doing right now?
Yeah,
it's very impersonal.
This works. This works. It works.
Under a practical sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But this is really not a whole lot different than
going into the metaverse or
it really
or
isn't.
AI rewriting the Bible.
How is this more personal than that?
Because this is seeing us. We're able to do this in reality. Like, okay, right now when I'm just could reach one.
It's just visual semantics, really, is what you're talking about here.
I don't know.
But listen, let the people decide.
Yeah.
This is a tricky subject, right? And we're probably
that's a no-brainer to me, but apparently it isn't all.
Well, and look, not everybody's going to see it like you. Not everybody's going to see it like me.
Yeah.
And we have to all follow the dictates of our conscience,
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
And, I mean, if people feel impressed to go into the metaverse to reach people, that's what they should do. Mm-hmm. If they feel impressed to stay away from it, don't go near it. And I'm not saying that we should just go by impressions alone. I mean, if you're impressed by the Word of God to do something specifically for the work of God, then that's the direction you should go in. Because he will probably call somebody to go into the metaverse and pull people out.
I have no idea.
Who are we to say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gary's thinking about it.
No, I'm not. I would never do such a thing. But maybe I entertained it briefly until I talked to Ricky, and Ricky was like, "No."
It's stupid. It's why go on Satan's playground? Why? I don't know. To me, it's scary. It's unforbidden. Yeah, I would rather if we didn't even have this. Look at Paul. The gospel went around the world with Paul, and in a very, very short time. Look at Miller. The Midnight Cry went all around the world.
Yeah.
With horse and buggy? You know what I mean? We don't need this. We don't.
Well, I don't know. You'll have to talk to God about that.
Yeah, I think
Perhaps this is
I
part
think-
of his plan.
I think God uses what I believe that God would probably want us to keep on doing, donkeys and horses and stuff like that. But, we got cars now and stuff like that. I don't think that was God's plan that we should have cars.
Well, I don't think cars are evil in particular. I mean, I don't think any of this stuff is like innately in and
How
of
would I
itself
say-
evil.
God seems organic
But
to
it's
me.
been, it's, I get you. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, because we talk a lot, and I'm thinking, well, are we going to have spaceships in heaven? You're like, no, we're just going to.
Are you wanting women to go clean their clothes at the river?
Why not?
What's wrong with the washing machine, Ricky?
There's nothing wrong with that stuff. God is able to work with it. You know what I mean?
Here we got the Amish coming out of the Amish community. He's wanting to go in.
I don't know. No.
I appreciate your perspectives, man. You know I do. And that's why we got you here, man, because you know what? If we agreed on everything, then what good would that be, right?
Yeah.
People in the real world don't always agree on everything
No.
all of the time.
I
There
just
are
wish your
differences.
eyes would be open, Carrie. I mean it so obvious.
That's what I pray for you, too,
You
Ricky.
see, Lisa, don't you see?
Anyways, folks, listen, we're probably not going to solve this here and now, but Ricky and I have been talking about it for about a year now, and I'm sure we're going to continue to talk about it. But thanks for watching, folks. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll see you.